Hello everyone, my name is Ramsai. I'm currently pursuing my BTech in CSC with specialization Cloud and Edge Computing at KL University. As part of my professional elective 2 course, which is Solution Architecting on Cloud, today I'm explaining about my project. And my instructor is Dr. V. Naresh sir. Coming to my project is media streaming through AWS Cloud. A user can access the media like videos or photos, which is implemented on the AWS Cloud front. And the services used in the project used in the AWS are Amazon S3, AWS IAM, AWS Lambda, Media Converter, etc. Coming to the Amazon S3, Amazon S3 stands for Simple Storage Service. In S3, any PDF files or any kind of files, other files, it is storing as the objects. And the free tier limit for the Amazon S3 is 5 GB. In Amazon S3, there are different storage classes like infrequent access, standard infrequent access, intelligent IRI, one zone infrequent access, etc. As part of this project, this much storage classes are not required. This AWS IAM. It stands for Identity and Access Management. In Identity and Access Management, we can assign the roles and policies and permissions to the users so that he can access to that extend only. And the next service is AWS Lambda. Simply, it is a serverless computing. That means, is there no server? No, there is a server, but user no need to handle the server. Simply, AWS will handle the server, that infrastructure stuff. And simply, we will user can run the code and deploy the applications into the AWS Lambda. AWS Lambda is a event based. That means input is a event based and output will be event based like JSON or like that. And the next one is AWS Media Converter. It is a video transcoding service. That means video can be viewed by user in any format, like in the mobile or in the laptop or in the TV. According to that, our video file will be converted by the AWS Media Converter in suitable formats. And the last one is AWS CloudFront. Using this AWS CloudFront, we will deploy the media streaming services or any kind of applications to the users. And simply, it is a content delivery network. And using the edge locations, it will cache the content so user can easily access the content at any time. Now, I'm explaining about the working process of the project. First of all, we will create one S3 bucket and upload a video file into the bucket. Whenever the file is uploaded into the S3 bucket, Lambda function will automatically trigger the media convert job. That means in the Lambda function we will write the code and that code will trigger the AWS media convert, and that media convert job which was created will convert the video file into the different formats as we spoke in the last slide. And the output video file is automatically stored in the output S3 bucket. Lastly, using the CloudFront distribution, we will we will send the video file into the we will deploy the video file, and the user can access that video file. And the outcome of this project is user can stream the video through the AWS service. So let's get started with the practical hands-on. So these are the commands we will use to complete the project, and there are 10 steps. Sorry, 11 steps are there. So we will complete this project, and we will and I log in into the AWS Management Console. This is the AWS Management Console. I log in into my AWS Management Console. As per the first step, we will create a one S3 bucket. While creating the S3 bucket, we have to give the unique name to the S3 bucket. So globally unique name. Uh, I'm creating a bucket now, and I will give my bucket name as my ID number hyphen input. I'm enabling ACL, and I will unblock the public access. So as per my first step, creating a S3 bucket is completed. And the step two. In the step two, we will create the IAM roles. So we need to search for the IAM in the search bar. So here we will give the two permissions to the one role. So we will create one role, and the use case is Lambda. So I'm clicking the next and search for the policy names in the search bar. And the last one I'm selecting. And the second one is Amazon S3 full access. So both are completed. And give my role name as role underscore project underscore SCA. So this is enough, and the first role is created. And we will create another role, that is media convert role, in which uh, the use case is media convert. So automatically it takes the policies like two policies, Amazon S3 full access and Amazon API gateway invoke full access. So these are only required for us also. So I'm clicking next and giving my role name as role underscore media underscore project. So the role is created, second role also created, and we will add an inline policy to the first created role. So the first created role we will search in the search bar, and this is the firstly created role. So in the add permissions box, we will create one inline policy. In the JSON format, we will give the input. So in the resource, we will give the ARN of the secondly created IAM role. So that means, so the secondly created role was the media convert role. We will give the media convert role ARN in the firstly created inline policy. This is the ARN. I'm copying it. After that step, simply save the file. Review. So the policy is created. We completed the two steps. And the third step is AWS Lambda function. We will create one AWS Lambda function. So in the AWS Lambda function, I'm taking the option like author from scratch, and my giving my function name as SCA underscore project, and the runtime is Python 3.7. Don't change the architecture, it is a default value. And in the default execution role, we will change it to the use and execution role, and we will give the IAM role, which is created just now. which is role underscore project underscore SCA. Then we will create the function, and the function is successfully created. So here, this is the Lambda environment. In the Lambda underscore function dot file, we will replace the code with our code. So for this purpose, I am uploading one file into the AWS S3. So which is created input AWS S3. Now I am uploading a zip file, which is lambda.zip. Now I'm giving a public access to that zip file. As we have to write the code in the Lambda function, without that, uh, I'm uploading the code from Amazon S3, which is uploaded as the lambda.zip file. So I'm copying the object URL, and the code is automatically imported, which they already written in the that zip file. There are two files, job.json and lambda underscore function.py. So this is the code. So after that step, uh, we will create some environment variables in the Lambda function. We have to give the three environment variables like destination bucket, media convert role, and application. And in the Lambda function, under the configuration in the environment variables, we will add those environment variables. So without for the sake of spelling mistakes, we and the spaces, we have to copy paste exactly the same word or type carefully the word. So I'm giving the destination bucket name as. After that, for the second environment variable, so here we have to copy the ARN of the media convert role. In the IAM roles, for the media converter role, we have to copy the ARN and we will give it in the value box. And the third one is a final one. Uh, it is application. So we can give any name. So I'm giving the VOD just like that, like a video on demand. So this we will save that environment variables. After saving the environment variables in the general configuration, we will edit the timeout of the Lambda function, which is to be executed to 2 minutes. So maximum timeout for the Lambda function is 15 minutes. After that, Lambda function will be closed and it will be written as timeout error. So we successfully changed the timeout also in the Lambda function, and that is the step 5. For the step 6, we will create a test event for the Lambda function. So in the Lambda function, everything will be the based on the test and the events only. Based on that, which is given in the test, it will take in the input in the code as the event. So in the test, we will create some uh, project, event name project, and we simply I'm using this reference, and the test will be the JSON format. Everything event will be the JSON format. So in this code, we have to change the name of the input bucket name and the ARN of the input bucket name. ARN means Amazon resource name. So we will give the input bucket name. To avoid the mistakes only, it is easy. It is easy and instructable to the copy the names, all those. We'll copy the Amazon resource name, which is ARM. Now save the test, and the sixth step is completed. We will test the function. So we will got the output correctly, and the status code is 200. That means execution is successful. Now we can check that. Uh, so now we will execute the eighth step. That is, we will create a one trigger to the S3 bucket. In the S3, in the function, now we will create an S3 trigger to that Lambda function. In the Lambda function page, we will create one add trigger. We will select the source as S3, and we will select the bucket as, which is input bucket, and the event type will be the put. So whenever we uploaded a video file into the S3 bucket, it will create a one AWS media convert job. So that's why we will event give the event type as put. So the eighth step is completed. So just there is no options, and we and acknowledge that, check the box, and add the trigger to that Lambda function, and the trigger is successfully added. So after completing the eighth step, now we will in the step 9 upload any video. So in the S3 bucket, now uploading a video. So for this purpose, I am using a sample video uh, to test this application, and giving the public access to that video. After uploading, we can see in the media convert management console in the jobs, one job is created automatically using the Lambda function. So it is in the progressing state. After progressing, it will create the video into the different formats like MP4 or HLS like that, which is suitable to all the devices. So if the status is complete, we got the status as complete. So in the output bucket, that is output bucket, we will get the one folder like assets. In the assets folder, one link like that, some UID is will be generated. In that folder, there are three folders like HLS, MP4, thumbnails. In the MP4, one test.mp4 is created, which is transcoded. So this will be small size regarding to the uploaded file. So after that, and we will verify the output. So we will check that this video is working or not. This is output bucket file, not the input bucket file. So we will once open that video. So it is working perfectly. So the video is buffering because of the internet issues or anything, and the video is loaded perfectly. So in the step 11, this is the last step. We will create from one cloud friend, AWS cloud friend, to deliver the video to the user. So as this is S3, so while giving this link directly to the user, user can easily access to our account like that. So so we will create one AWS cloud friend distribution, and we will generate a new link to that to this video. So this is the CloudFront console. So we will create one distribution. So we will give the distribution origin domain like output, the output bucket which is in the AWS S3. So the name will be uh, video trans. Uh, Make the all options which are in the default, so don't change any options. Leave it the default only. And settings, in the settings also you will use the all edge locations. So now I'm creating a distribution. So it is the status like deploying. As the CloudFront, it will take some time to deploy, and the status is enabled, but it will take some time to deploy. So let's wait for a few minutes. So finally it is created and the status is enabled, and the last modified date and time will be there. So by clicking on that, one distribution domain name is created. We simply copy paste that, and we will give the path of the video exists in the S3 bucket. So we will got the video. So for the user access purpose, simply regarding all this stuff, user can't type all these URLs like that. So I simply made it the URL as I changed it into the user interface model. So user can access, like we will give this URL to the user, and simply user can access through this interface. So whenever user access this, so there is options like these two. So we will user can access this by clicking on the links, and in the both links I have given the same video. So, and this is my project regarding video streaming through the AWS Cloud Front. Thank you.